If your handmade business is suffering because of the coronavirus, I want to help. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways to get your business back in shape and making sales again. Hi, my name is May, and I help makers, artists, and designers create a consistent income from selling their handmade products online. If you're still freaking out because of the coronavirus, I get it. It's affecting everyone, and on top of all the personal stuff you need to take care of, like buying toilet paper or staying inside with the kids for what feels like forever, or so much hand washing and all the new safety health habits you have to adopt, as if there's not enough to worry about, you also have to think about your business. I'm not going to beat around the bush. The coronavirus outbreak is devastating for many small businesses. It's a scary time. So many things are uncertain. There's no playbook for what to do. And that's why I want to help, because these tips I'm about to share with you have been proven to work by my and other people's businesses during this tough time. I've been in the online business world long enough to notice some trends. In a time of crisis, most customers cut back on luxury items and a lot of discretionary spending, right? But they don't stop spending completely. In fact, I've seen firsthand that people will continue to spend money in ways that make their lives more comfortable. Interesting, right? So today I'm going to talk about strategies for micro pivoting. There are many ways you can pivot your business without completely reinventing it, but I'd like to focus on your product specifically. That is, how can you highlight your products that will appeal to customers in the current circumstances? This is the micro pivot. Look at your products with a fresh set of eyes and change your marketing strategy accordingly. But of course, we're not going to be sleazy, right? We're not going to start hoarding and selling hand sanitizer at insanely high prices. The goal is to keep our business going, though. So here are a few strategies that I'm seeing working for businesses right now, including my own, which has maintained in sales compared to this same time last year for my jewelry business, Tiny Hands, and for me and my husband's new print on demand art shop online. We're making really big months. I'm talking like $40,000 in sales months. It's crazy. So number 1, appeal to comfort. That's in large part why people are still spending despite the economy going down and people losing jobs. People are stressed out. And yes, there are a lot of free ways to de-stress, like gardening or exercising or meditating or talking to friends. But let's not forget, one major way of relieving stress is shopping. Treating yourself to presents and things that make you feel good is something lots of people do. People will never stop spending money. It gives people a dose of dopamine, right? Which makes them feel happy. So let me give you an example. Think of things like chocolate chip cookies or warm apple pie. Makes you feel comforted, right? So if you sell soaps or candles, for example, you might want to place increased emphasis on promoting these comforting scents. Also, spend some time thinking about what people like to do at home. A lot of my friends are painting their living rooms. Do you sell home decor, or can you turn your products into something home decor related? Something that makes your home more cozy. And you know what? This applies to clothing as well. Think about it, right? People buy cozy things to wear at home. Sales of hoodies are up, dresses are down. So brainstorm ways you can help people be happy at home. Number 2, give your customers something to do. People are obviously spending time at home, so think about if you have any products that offer people something to do, like an activity. And if you don't have a product like that, could you easily make a spin-off product of that without totally making a completely new shop? Do you or can you sell kits? For example, one of my friends, Larissa Loden, makes jewelry, and she usually sells finished jewelry, ready to wear. But in light of COVID-19, she started selling quarantine craft kits to make your own bracelets. It is such a brilliant idea, and it makes for a really great gift. Other ideas for you guys, if you're artists or illustrators. Can you make coloring pages of your illustrations or fun games and activities? Another friend of mine, Kimberly Taylor Pastel from lacelit.com, makes a printable download called the Indoor Doing Kids Activities Pack. It's filled with super cute and whimsical illustrations she hand draws herself, and it includes 20 different activities kids can do, like games, puzzles, coloring pages, and even crafts. It's super cute. Anything that can entertain kids or even grown-ups is flying out the door. If you're an illustrator, can you convert your art to black and white and make it into a coloring page? Can you make your printables downloadables? Number 3, make shopping with you easy. If customers can't get outside much to do shopping and it's in your supply chain, consider offering your single items as part of a whole kit. For example, if you sell yarn, consider making an entire knitting bundle. Or if you make soaps, put together a bath package with a loofah and maybe even a playlist of relaxing songs. Yeah, it definitely involves a little bit more work, but if you can go above and beyond, you can make this work. And you're giving people reasons to buy from you while you're supporting them through this weird, rough time. And sales are a good thing, right? Like, let's look at Larissa Loden again as another example, because she's such a savvy businesswoman and she does a lot of things right. Plus, every time I go to her site, I just want to buy everything. I actually do own a few pieces of her work, but I am not affiliated. I'm just friends with her. So Larissa sells jewelry, right? But she's recently started selling greeting cards as well, because knowing her customers, she knows many of them are buying her jewelry as gifts. So while I'm sure it was a bit of work for Larissa to source greeting cards or maybe even design them herself and get them printed, now she's become a one-stop gift shop and she's making people's shopping experience easier and more enjoyable. It's a no-brainer for them to buy from her. I've also seen bigger businesses do something similar to this. I was actually browsing through DoorDash last week, and a sandwich restaurant here in LA was offering grocery items on their menu in addition to their regular ready-made food. So you could buy things like bread or milk or avocados or vegetables, eggs, and things like that. Of course, they're charging a premium, than if you bought them at a regular supermarket, but you're getting convenience, and lots of people are willing to pay a premium for that. Number 4, do you have items available for people with smaller budgets? We're going through tighter financial times right now, and introducing a range of lower priced, more accessible products will appeal to a wider range of customers. Maybe you can offer a smaller version of your products, or a twist of your product that takes you less time to produce. Get creative. Customers you acquire now will likely stay with you when the pandemic is over, as they're probably more supportive of small businesses, and they'll come back for your full-scale products later on. Even if the coronavirus wasn't happening right now, I always believed and taught my students that you should always have a diverse range of product prices. You should aim to have 3 tiers: one upscale, high-end and premium tier, a middle tier, and a lower, more affordable tier. A lot of customers start out and buy initially at the lowest tier, and then over months and years, eventually they level up to buying your more premium products later on. And it's literally a marketing strategy where businesses will spend the time and resources creating a higher end product with no intention at all to even sell it. But the sole purpose is to help price anchor and set the tone for the perceived value of the other products in their shop. And you know what happens? It makes their middle tier products become that much more attractive, and people flock to buy those things. Only because it had the help of a higher price product to set the expectation. Number 5, consider running a sale. It's not a secret that for people who've been laid off that money is tight, and you may be sitting on extra inventory because sales are down. I've always harped that you don't want your money or cash to be stuck in too much inventory. All those printed t-shirts sitting in a box in your garage, that's money. But it's not worth anything to anyone if it's just sitting there collecting dust. So if it works for you, this could be the time to offer a discount to keep your income stream rolling. More people are shopping online than ever before, so consider running a sale or a fun event to grab some of those shoppers. And don't worry about this idea that running sales trains your customers to wait to buy from you only when you're doing a sale. Because number 1, if people wanted to buy something, they're going to buy it now. Most people do not have the patience to wait months until you run a sale. It's like an itch that needs to be scratched. And 2, you're definitely not at risk of this unless you're doing a sale like every month. If you're doing it just a few times a year, no one is going to remember your last sale because most people aren't going to be paying that close attention to your shop. They got too much going on, and their attention is pulled by so many other brands and shops and content out there. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more helpful tips like this for your handmade business. As always, if you have tips of your own you'd like to share with me and our Creative Hive community, let us know in the comments. Stay on to watch this next video on the screen for more business tips and advice. Thanks for watching.